guys. At least since we got to go to Cadillac, got a beautiful day. Got to use this crappy camera that makes noise though. I forgot to put the memory card in the other camera. I set the trip meter to 0, so we'll see how many miles it actually is. Probably Tracy will be filming more of this than me.
This is literally like a quarter-mile away from where I went for Adam and Ginger's wedding a few months ago.
So as you can see, it is a beautiful day. Partly cloud in the sky.
Right there.
Colors are noticeable. Showing up now.
It's always those maple trees. Sugar maples go first.
If you guys want to do an interactive ride along with us, we're going northbound on M66 in Osceola County right now. And then we're going to keep going north across US 10 until we get to M115, and then we got to go west on M115 to Mackinac Trail, which is on the east side of Cadillac. It's not even in the city.
Mackinaw.
Yep.
Spelled like Mackinac is pronounced. You know, the island and the bridge are Mackinac, but they're pronounced Mackinac. I don't know. It's a Michigan thing.
I'll show you the difference in the trees. There's pines there, but when we get up towards Cadillac, it's a whole different kind of pine tree, really.
Yep. See, the maples are going. They're starting to turn yellow and red and dead.
Whatever that little annoying vibration is.
I don't know, but you can hear it more with the windows open, so I have no idea what it is. I noticed it the other day, so I'll just turn the radio up.
That's the best way to do it.
That's why there's a volume knob on it.
That old place has been there forever, and nobody's done nothing with it. Even just this far north, you can see there's more pine trees.
Yeah, I mean, you can start. It's changing. It's just pine trees. Jack pines, I guess. I recently found out that there's a sequoia tree in northern Michigan.
Well, I saw that.
They said that sequoia, it was planted in 1948, which means it's not altogether that old for a sequoia. But they said that sequoia don't generally survive up here because the weather's too harsh, and they're cloning this tree because they said, I guess sequoias make more oxygen and take in more carbon dioxide than other trees. And they said if they could figure out a way to make other trees survive in harsher climates, like this sequoia has done. And generally they don't like our winters. And it's up there too. It's up north. Yeah, it's so hard to describe. It's just, when you start getting up here, the forests just look different. And when you live in a place that is pretty heavily forested, like we do, you notice things are different. Okay, weird intersection, and I know it's a weird intersection because I just drove it a few months ago, and I was like, what is going on?
Very strange.
It's not a roundabout, it's just, I don't know what they did here. It used to just be straight.
It used to be a stoplight, I believe.
And it still is. No, it was a blinker.
What was it?
Yeah, it was. So why they did that and still have a blinker there, I don't know, but they do.
So now we're on, is it M115, I believe?
Yeah, M115.
Westbound.
Ish.
Yeah.
It's one of those roads that kind of goes northwest to southeast, northeast to southwest, something like that. It goes kind of a.
There's roadside attractions that used to be
Yeah.
viable shops, little like knick-knack shops.
A lot of them.
Or, you know, the kind of places a lot of us as kids would go, oh, can we stop there? That's a cool little store, you know.
We did stop there once.
Yep.
It was a bunch of junk, basically, but
Somebody was proud of it.
Yeah.
Proud enough to try to sell it.
I bought a couple little things. I can't remember what I bought, but always find something.
It's at 21 miles of Cadillac, so.
Yeah, but we don't have to go that far because we're not going into Cadillac proper.
The trees already different. Birch trees. And lots of birch trees.
Aspens, yeah.
We don't have a lot of that around us.
A lot of people say that when they get to Cadillac, that's when they know they're up north.
Yeah, we live up north. We're satisfied with how far up north we are.
Far enough up north, thank you.
Yeah, we're actually thankful my mom and dad didn't go any farther north.
The weather up here is terrible.
Well, we wouldn't have been able to do the weekends as easily as we did.
No.
We only lived 3 hours away when we were still living downstate. If you were able to drive it non-stop, it was like 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's a beautiful drive on a fall day. The colors are all full bloom.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous. A lot more color change up here, though.
This is by far the farthest north we've ever brought you guys along with us. We haven't had to come this way since we've had the YouTube channel. Other than when Art and I came to the same doctor's office a month or so ago. But I didn't think to bring a camera then because I had to drive a stick shift, so I wouldn't have been able to film a whole lot.
Yeah, and then I was up here for the wedding, and what was that? June, May?
I can't remember.
Can't even remember, but it was in the spring. It was just spring, because I remember the apple trees were all in full bloom that weekend, and there were apple trees lining the entire walkway, basically up to the altar where they got married. And then when they were taking their pictures, the apple trees, all the blossoms started to lose their leaves, and it was like raining little snow petals down. And I'm like, well, isn't this just perfect? Yeah, a lot more color change up here.
So far we're 28 miles from home.
It feels like 100. Yeah, see this little store right here? This used to be a bustling little store. It's gone.
I think this used to be a restaurant.
Yeah. Oh no, the log home products.
Oh, that's right.
Gone. Well, a lot of it was, expressways. This used to be the main route in and out of Cadillac, and now expressways have changed that. So the only people using it are people like us that don't live close to an expressway. So all those little businesses fall by the wayside. And
You can see there's not a whole lot around here.
nope. Cadillac's a pretty neat little town too. The lake's beautiful. The lake is huge. There's a lot of stuff there.
Now look at the difference in the trees. What you see
Yeah.
around us, that's totally different.
Yep. Aspen trees, pine trees. You do get the occasional maples and ash and stuff like that, but not like around home. If you needed proof that it's still summer, they're just starting this today.
This is so bizarre to me to see. I haven't ran into road construction. I couldn't even tell you how many years it's been. Other than the occasional, repaving of a little section M66 by us. Nothing like this. One lane ahead. Traffic.
Oh, just relax. It's not like traffic is heavy. Start slowing down, seriously. There we go. Don't hit the brakes too hard, you'll blow a brake line. But yeah, we don't run into stuff like this. We used to run into stuff like this all the time. But now, yeah, no. Yep, they're putting up new guardrails so that people don't go over that cliff, apparently. That's good. Because there aren't any. But yeah, they always say there's 2 seasons in Michigan, winter and construction.
We're 39 miles from home now.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? It's so weird because Cadillac is actually, it's a pretty good sized town.
48 Road. What a weird name for a road.
6 corner fan. And there's 6 corners. Yeah, that makes sense. But it's
Yeah, it is quite large.
it's quite large, especially for up here. But comparatively, it's still pretty small. I love when I hear shows though, and they say something about a small town, and they're like, "Oh, it's a small town. There's only 10,000 people." I'm like, "That's not a small town."
This is us, Mackinac Road.
Mackinac, nah, C-N-A-W, nah, Mackinac.
I know it.
It's funny. TNR Customer Service Center. Oh, that sounds pleasant. I'm sure it's not. It's hillier up here too. But yeah, it's hillier up here. It's kind of weird. Here's the expressway. For any of you that know what we're talking about, Channel 9 and 10 News broadcasts from that building right there that the big yellow truck is going to block. Thank you so much. But that used to be a Mason's Hall. You can see by the
31.
yeah, look at that expressway. But yeah, that was a Masonic temple, Mason's Hall. You can see 9 and 10 News. You can see clearly from the architecture that it was.
We used to have to get routed this way because 115 was shut and they were doing all kinds of construction. We used to have to come around this way to get the Cadillac. We'd have to go this way and then go to the left.
I don't think we ever explained why we came all the way to Cadillac all the time, though. Mike had a really cool doctor when we lived downstate, and that doctor left and moved to mid-Michigan. Well, when he moved, this is the DNR.
Okay.
When he moved, there we go.
This is it.
Mike,
Lost track
of him for years. We moved up here, and Mike knew that his doctor had moved up here and found him in Cadillac.
Not purposely, though. I just made an appointment at this particular doctor's office that was accepting patients.
Oh.
And
Gently.
they called me into the room, and we went back into the room, and then all of a sudden the doctor walks in the door, and it was
Dr. Rick.
Dr. Rick, who's like 6'8" and 400 pounds.
He's a big boy.
Massive man.
And it was like he walked in, he goes, "What are you guys doing here?" Yeah, we live up here now too.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, he ended up moving back downstate though.
Yeah, because we didn't have him for a doctor for very long.
No.
That's it right there.
Nice little doctor's office. Jeez. Alright guys, well we'll be back later. I'll let you know how it goes.
It took us 50 minutes to 43 miles.
Okay, well we're out of the doctor. So he's got to go in for a needle biopsy and see, but this doctor actually listened, and he actually thinks that Mike's issues may all indeed be caused by breathing in a bunch of lye. Speak.
What can I say that you didn't just say?
Are you serious? I just got blasted. All right, I just got sprayed by a sprinkler. Thank you so much. Freaking cities! I swear to God. And also he's going to take a lump off of Mike's forehead that's been there for several years now. He took one look at it and he goes, "Oh, that's like a little basal cell carcinoma. We just got to cut that out." Okay. So the next time Mike comes in to talk about this stuff and see what I'm filming it. The next time that Mike comes in and talks to him about the results from the needle biopsy, he's going to take that off of Mike's forehead for him. It's one-stop shop, doctor. I thought that was odd for an ENT to offer to do, but okie dokie.
I'm going this way, hoping it's just a little scenic route back to 115.
So yeah, so he'll be going. Luckily, he can get it done at the hospital close to the house. So a guided needle biopsy, and then we go from there.
This is definitely a scenic route.
Shakers, yes it is. Take that route back in. That's kind of cool. Seemed to actually take less time than going straight in.
A bunch of these here you can tell were originally farms. You know?
Yeah, like that big round one. That is a round barn.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
A whole bunch of these houses you can tell originally were farmhouses. They are farmhouse style. You know, like farmhouse, couple hundred acres, another farmhouse, probably like that one. That's another farmhouse.
Yeah.
Lots of.
They just added on as they needed.
That probably had 500 acres to it, and then this other farmhouse had 500 acres or whatever. That's clearly an old farmhouse too. Lots of. Guys, we made it. Basically home.
Walking distance.
Yeah. Never know with a vehicle, older vehicle. So I'm happy.
Swear to God, if he broke it again, you guys, I'm gonna beat him.
But I'm certainly not as concerned as I was on the way there. So it's just a day at a time. We'll wait and see what happens.
Yep. Does not think that Mike's thyroid is what is causing his trouble swallowing, hoarse voice, all that stuff.
We'll have to figure that out somehow, some other way, I guess.
And he said that it's very likely that he could have done damage from inhaling all that lye, and that it's just going to take time to heal.
And the breathing issue is because I smoked for 40 plus years.
And then inhaled a bunch of lye. So the damage was there, and there was some damage there, and then you damaged it more. So if it is COPD, there are a lot of COPD treatments out there.
So I've got to call and make an appointment for the pulmonary test they want to do. Might as well. So just hope you guys enjoyed going for a ride to Cadillac today. It's something we've not done before.
not.
And we'll probably take you along on the next trip because probably be a couple weeks and there'll be a lot of color.
Yeah. And we know we're going back, so